Hey guys, it's Deacon Matt. I'm the Catholic campus minister here at Western, and as students are returning to campus now, we're getting up close to the time that the semester is going to begin. I wanted to run through some of the protocols that we've put in place here at Catholic campus ministry to keep everybody safe and to help mitigate the spread of the coronavirus. Our faith teaches us that we are called to love our neighbor, and one of the ways that we have the opportunity to love our neighbor during this time of pandemic is by doing what we can to help keep our neighbor safe and help prevent the spread of disease, help keep our neighbor from getting sick. So the number one thing we can do is if we're feeling sick ourselves, right? If you're showing any symptoms, especially symptoms of COVID-19, if you're running a fever, if you are having trouble breathing, if you've got a sore throat, if you're experiencing diarrhea or any of the other classic symptoms, please just stay home, right? Don't go out in public. Stay home. We will pray for you. We wish you well. Rest up, recuperate, see a doctor if you need to. But don't go out in public. Don't spread that around. So we're asking everyone, if you're experiencing any of the symptoms of COVID-19 or symptoms of any other communicable illness, please don't come to the Catholic Student Center. Please stay home. That being said, one of the really tricky things about COVID-19 is you can have the virus and not have any symptoms, or at least not have any symptoms yet. And so that means it's possible to spread it without even knowing that you have it. And that's why we're asking everyone to wear a mask. And in this, we're following the guidelines that campus is putting in place. We're following the guidelines our diocese is asking us to follow. We're following the guidelines of the CDC. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Anytime you are inside of our building, we ask that you have a mask on. We will have a limited supply of disposable masks for people who may show up and then, oops, I forgot my mask. But these are just the cheap disposable kind. They're not meant to be an ongoing supply. I know campus is issuing all students PPE, personal protective equipment, including masks. I know most of you have masks already that your parents are sending you to school with. So please bring your mask with you anytime you come to CCM. We're also limiting the number of people that are allowed inside at any one time, and that's to allow for social distancing. So in the upstairs kind of common area here, and what I'm calling the common area, I mean the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, that open area, we're no more than 8 people at a time. Okay, so in the upstairs area, the common area of CCM, no more than 8 people at a time. So if you show up and there's already 8 people here, and those 8 people spread out, right? We don't want 8 people all sitting together, right? So spread out, social distance, 6 feet apart. We even have a big giant pool noodle in here, our social distancing pool noodle. It's not a lightsaber. It's not for doing combat with, it's for helping people gauge, distance. If you arrive and there's already 8 people here, I'm sorry. If you're one of the 8 people that's already here and you see someone else coming and they want to spend some time here, if you've been here for a while already, you don't really need to be here. Be polite to that person, right? Be considerate and say, oh, I'll leave. I'll go back to my dorm so you can come and spend some time here. But the maximum number of people is 8. That does not include my office. So if I'm in my office or if I'm meeting with someone in my office, that doesn't count towards those 8. The maximum number of people in my office at any time should be 2, right? Just me and one other individual. And it doesn't include our residents that live here so long as they are in their private bedrooms. So if the residents are in the private bedrooms, that does not count towards the maximum occupancy. But if they are outside, if they are out in the common area, it does, right? And same thing with me. If I'm not in my office, if I'm out in the common area, it does count towards that maximum occupancy. There's a slightly higher occupancy downstairs for the chapel. There can be 12 people in the pews in the chapel at any time, sitting in the designated seats that we have marked out there. So if you wanted to come and just spend time in the chapel for prayer, you can do that so long as there is room for you there. Again, anytime you're inside the building, wear a mask. Spend time outside the building. I know it rains a lot in Cullowhee. WCU stands for We Carry Umbrellas, but we have some nice, very mild weather most of the time. And we just got some brand new picnic tables over the summer, so we have additional seating outside. And everything that we're hearing about this disease is that you have much less chance of spreading it or contracting it if you're outside in open air circulation. So spend some time outside. We've got those new picnic tables. We've got a little fire pit in the front lawn. We've got a nice little swing sitting out there. So come and hang out outside at CCM, right? Get to know God through His nature. We've got some beautiful mountains around us. Spend some time outside. Wash your hands. Sanitize your hands. We've got sinks upstairs, sinks in the bathroom, sinks downstairs. When you're here, if you're spending time here, wash your hands, please, frequently. Wash them after you arrive. Wash them after you use the restroom. We also have hand sanitizer by the entrances. So when you come in, you can just squirt a little bit of that hand sanitizer in your hands. Let us know if it starts running low. We'll keep an eye on that every day and make sure that those things are topped off. Use the hand sanitizer. Wash your hands. The other thing, and this is a big thing, please, please, please clean up after yourself. Clean up after yourself. One of the things that I know we struggle with all the time here at CCM is keeping the place clean. And that's because students use the place, right? Students are here, they're using it, they're spending time here. And when you have a place that's heavily used, it gets messy and it's a constant struggle to keep it clean. And that's one of those things that I call a good problem, right? It's a good problem to have that we have so many students using our center that it's hard to stay on top of cleaning all the time. But guys, this semester right now, we really have to keep the place clean because we're going to be sanitizing all of the high-touch surface areas, right? The tables, the countertops, the coffee tables, the door knobs, the handles, and everything. We're going to be sanitizing that stuff at least twice a day. Right? We're going to be doing it midway through the day. We're going to sanitize everything. We're also going to be doing it in the evening after we shut the place down, so it'll be all sanitized and ready for the next day. And in order to do that, we have to have those surfaces clean. Right? So we can't be working around people's homework and book bags and the trash from your lunch and all of this stuff. We just can't. We don't have a janitorial staff here. The cleaning is done by myself. It's done by the student residents. It's done by some of the other student volunteers. But that's it. We don't have a janitorial staff. So we want to make it as easy for the people who are going to be sanitizing the surfaces as possible so that they can do their job. And that means when you're here, please clean up after yourself. When you leave, don't leave anything here behind. Make sure that all the surfaces, the tables, the countertops stay clean and free of any clutter, so that way we can just sanitize them as quickly and easily and efficiently as possible. We're going to have some disposable utensils available. I know I hate disposable products. I hate disposable utensils, disposable plates. Normally we like to use the real plates, the real forks and spoons. It's better for the environment. But right now, I don't want to be washing things that have been in your mouth. I don't want to ask other students here to be washing things that have been in your mouth. So we're going to have disposable products out. We're not serving any meals here this semester, but if you get a to-go meal from the cafeteria and you want to come up here and eat lunch, eat on our picnic tables or something, that's great. We welcome you to do that, but use the disposable utensils. And again, you have to clean up after yourself. You have to. That being said, if you do happen to use any dishes, anything in the kitchen, I'm okay with that, but you have to wash it. You have to wash it yourself and you have to put it away. We've always encouraged people to do this, right? It's just polite. If you use it, wash it. But this semester, guys, you have to. You just have to. You have to. If you use it, if it's been in your mouth, if you drank out of a coffee cup or whatever, you have to wash it and then put it away. But as I said, we've got disposable stuff available. I'll have the disposable stuff out. Please feel free to use that and throw it away when you're done. So this is just basic stuff that we're asking you to be mindful of. We want you to be comfortable here. We want you to want to spend time here. I know for a lot of our regular students, this house, this ministry house, is like your home away from home. And when you're here, you relax and you really do feel like it's your house. And I love that. And I want you to feel that way. But this semester especially, we have to keep in mind that even though it feels like your house, it's not really your house. It's a public space. And we have to be mindful of the other people that are using that space. So with that in mind, the final thing that I want to say is we're just asking everyone just to please be extra polite, extra considerate. Nobody enjoys doing these things. Nobody enjoys social distancing. No one enjoys not being able to greet people with a hug or a handshake. Nobody likes wearing those face masks. Nobody likes having to wash their hands 1,000 times a day, right? But we're doing this to keep one another safe. And we're doing this so that we can keep our student center open. Because if these protocols aren't followed, the other option is to lock the doors and just do all remote ministry. And I'm not excited about that option, and I know you guys aren't either. So please just be polite, be patient with one another, be considerate of one another, and if we all follow these protocols and do our best to help out and chip in, we'll be able to keep our student center open and have it as a comfortable, welcoming space for you guys to hang out and spend time in. So I look forward to seeing you all over the next few days as you're coming back to campus, and look forward to seeing what this semester brings. God bless.